Welcome to my presentation. In the next few minutes, I will convince you why you should invest in Sofina. So, here we go. The content. First, I'm going to give a short introduction about the company. Next, I will discuss some ratios, so the current ratio and the price to book value ratio. After that, I will show you the graph of the stock, and to end with the conclusion. So, the introduction of the company. Sofina is an investment company that invests in various sectors, for example, in consumer goods, healthcare, energy, telecommunications, and so on. It's a Belgium-based holding company, and you can buy the stock on Euronext Brussels. So the current ratio, on this graph, you can see a rise, really a rise between 2017 and 2020. A higher current ratio is always favorable because it shows that the company can easily make payments for its short-term obligations. The ideal current ratio is between 1 and 2. Even though a high current ratio is good, it should not be too high because then you just leave the money and that doesn't pay off. You have a lot of cash then and you don't invest, so that's not good. But for Sofina, this is positive because they have a high current ratio in 2020 and therefore they still have a lot of money to invest and therefore also a very growth potential, very high growth potential. After that, the price to book value. This is the ratio of the market value of a company's share over its book value of equity. So a company with a high price to book ratio could mean the stock price is overvalued, while a company with a lower price to book value could be undervalued. It shows what the market thinks and how much it would be worth in the future. Between 1 and 2 is ideal. So Sofina with 1.29 is really ideal. But to compare with Tesla, Tesla has a price of book value of 30, which is very high. So which means that Tesla is a bit overvalued. So the graph stock from Sofina, here you can see the evolution of the price of the stock of the last 10 years. So you can really see a gradual rise over the time. I mean, it's very positive. It's not a hype like Tesla, where it goes up in a very short time, but it's just a gradual rise, which is good, I think. You also don't see a lot of setbacks. I mean, it's really very consistent. To compare with a competitor, here you can see the graph of Akkermans and Van Haren. They do it less good, I think, because you don't see really an evolution. It's really going up and down, and I think this is more risky than Sofina because with Sofina you have really an evolution over the time. To compare with Tesla, like I already told you, you really see a hype here. It's going up in a very short time, and I mean the people that have Tesla now just live in a bubble. It's going to collapse at a time, but nobody knows when. For Sofina, in the short term, there will be probably not be any huge increases, but if you leave it for at least a few years, you're almost guaranteed to make a nice profit. So now the conclusion. Sofina is particularly interesting because it provides additional diversification in your equity portfolio. It is an investment company that invests itself in various sectors and companies. And it's also interesting because the bigger Sofina becomes, the more risk they can take and the more likely they are to make more profit. So I think this is really good investment to do.